Welcome back, or if it's your first day, welcome. I'm here to share inspiration, motivation, and wisdom with you guys that I'm getting through reading through the Bible this year. And so today I'm going to continue with the idea of faith. So if you missed the last two videos, I've been hitting the word faith pretty hard. And I have encouraged everyone to check in with their definition of faith. The definition that I'm going to use is faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And I'm using this definition because it comes from the Bible, which I believe to be true. Okay, so today the focus or the scripture that I'm pulling from is Matthew 14:13. You may have heard it before. It's the story of Peter walking on water. Of course, Jesus did it first, and he's like, cool, can I try? And Jesus is like, yeah, man, come on. Maybe not exactly like that, but pretty close. I always encourage you to go read it for yourself. I don't know about y'all, but I remember as kids, maybe this is like a Catholic kid thing. I grew up Catholic. But I remember at the swimming pool, like running and trying to like walk on water until like you fell in. I don't know. Please tell me I'm not like the only one. I wasn't the only one, but the group of people we'd go to the pool with. Did y'all try walking on water? Come on. I know there's those barefoot skiers. That almost counts, right? Anywho, so here's the story. Not only is it like water, but it's a stormy scene. The waves are choppy. It's not like when the lake looks like an ice skating rink, okay? So it's a crazy stormy scene. Jesus is walking up to the boat with the disciples on it. They're already panicking. They're like, it's a ghost. Oh no. Okay, it's Jesus. Hey, Jesus. That's cool that you could walk on water. Didn't know that. Keep learning new things about you every day. And Peter's like, hey, can I try? And Jesus is like, yeah, come on. And so Peter hops over the side and he's doing it. He too is walking on water. And he's kind of walking towards Jesus, as I would do just in case something happened. See my faith dip right there for a second. Well, Peter kind of does the same thing. He's doing it, but then he starts kind of looking around and panicking. He's like, this is a stormy situation, and I'm not supposed to be able to walk on water. And as soon as his faith dips for 1 second, when he took his eyes off of Jesus, he started to drown. Now, to give Peter some props, the second he drowned, you know who he called out for? Not his mama. We love you, mamas. I'm a mama. We love mamas. But he called out to Jesus, and Jesus walked over and saved him. Now, it doesn't say how Jesus walked over, but I can see him walking over like, oh, God, really? Really? Because here's the thing. Faith, right? We've kind of been talking about, oh, well, it'd be easier to have faith if I had seen those miracles. If I had been there walking beside Jesus, it would be easy to have faith. Y'all, Peter was with Jesus. Jesus was doing it, and he was walking on water, but when he took his focus off of Jesus, he started to sink. He lost his faith. He was already doing it. Wouldn't you believe you could do it if you had already been doing it? Again, it sounds easy, right? To have faith, but it's not. It wasn't that there's evidence in the Bible, but again, where's that evidence in your life? I know that when I make a mistake, I could have a perfect track record, get something right 873 times. When I do something wrong that 874th, I'm like, I guess I just don't know how to do it anymore. I shouldn't do this. See, I'm not good. Forget all those 873 times I messed up once. I've lost my faith. What I encourage you to do is stick with it and work through those hard times. Maybe you have the experience where you already, like Peter, were walking on the water and something in life comes at like an obstacle. He looked around at the scene and all of a sudden he started questioning it. So keep your focus on Jesus. Don't take your focus off Jesus. But I understand that some of you may not have actually done the walking on water, right? There were other disciples in the boat who were just observing. But I think if they would have, again, started with faith first, they too would have been able to walk out to Jesus. So that also is a sign of a word I spoke about earlier in these videos, is the word endurance. So Peter had faith, he had it, but I think it was an example of the importance of endurance. And how do you build your faith endurance, right? When I think of endurance as a former athlete, it usually meant running, and it usually meant running for long periods of time, consistently. So often, not just often for long periods of time, but consistency. So man, if I was running every day for cross country, I could go out and run 5 to 8 miles and not be tired. But if I took a break and hadn't ran in a while, man, a mile felt like a long time. So one key to endurance is consistency. But I think the other key to endurance is going through some hard stuff. Not that you need to go looking. Hard stuff seems, I don't know about you, but hard stuff seems to find me. I don't have to go looking for it. But you have a choice to kind of face it and work through it, or bury it, or avoid it. But the only way you're going to build endurance is going through it. Much like showing up to the gym. You want a six-pack? You want big muscles? You better show up to the gym. You got to go through it. You can't watch somebody work out and magically be buff. That'd be pretty cool. But that's not how it works. And just like building muscle or long distance running endurance, you have to do it consistently, but you also have to challenge yourself. If I lift 5-pound weights every day, I'm never going to get bulk. People that lift weights know. I'm sure the general population knows that you have to slowly every time up your weight. You have to up the distance you run till you get to your goal, right? So you got to go through it. Can't go around it, can't go over it, got to go through it. So again, I definitely think that going through those challenging times is important. And we interviewed a pastor at our church. His name is Paul McDill, and I'll be sure to leave a link to his episode in the comments. But one of my favorite things that he said is, if it's not good, then it's not over yet. God's not done. If you think about good movies and books, I cringe when everything seems to be falling apart and it just gets worse. But just about every single movie, every single story, we get to a happy ending. We get to a resolution. The character comes out stronger and better for it. And so, again, if you're in the valley of that situation, try to lean on that phrase. Give yourself this phrase. If it's bad, it isn't over yet. God's not done. Paul McDill's episode, definitely one you're going to want to check out. We kind of talk about like a roadmap for success and what do you do? How do you figure it out when you seem to be stuck and there's no other option? So definitely check out that episode. But again, faith has been kind of the focus on the last couple of videos and today's. Got a new topic for the next video, but I think it's safe to say we're not done with this word faith quite yet. All right, y'all. If you got something out of this episode, please share it with those that you love. I want them to be just as encouraged and motivated as you are. Have a great day.